Why, hello there. What's going on, YouTube? Primal here, and today, guys, I'm going to be doing some tips and tricks for new or returning players for Call of Duty Mobile. But before then, guys, thank you for 900 subs. I greatly appreciate it. I apologize again, guys, for the lack of uploading recently and stuff. Going to be coming out with a update video probably within the next couple of days. There's some things you guys should know about. Yeah, nothing too bad. Just some things I need to address and all. But yeah. All right. Let's crack on into the tips and tricks. So to start off, I'm just showing off one of the HUDs I use and all. So starting off, if you're new to the game, you're probably wondering, how do I customize my HUD? So I customized my HUD to where I feel comfortable running as many fingers as possible. There is something called default HUD where one of the shoot buttons will be on left. Like, all buttons will be completely random and all over the place, like not customized. So I highly recommend adjusting it to where everything feels comfortable. For me personally, with my disabilities, this is what feels comfortable. Yes, I know it may look weird, but I do play 3 claw, so yeah, still can turn and burn, as you guys can know based on some of the gameplay I put out. So yeah, next. So next, I highly recommend running low graphics and high frame rates, or whatever frame rate is the highest on your device. I highly recommend that, mainly because if you really want to have a good kill game, I highly recommend this, especially if you're not running, let's say, at home Wi-Fi, or you're just in a poor cell reception area. I highly recommend that. Unless, of course, you're running at home Wi-Fi, then I would say medium graphics would still be fine. Next, personally for me, I have UI volume, music volume, and ambient volume all turned off. That way I can hear gunshots, footsteps, sound cues, really. Because when ambient volume is up, you get background noise of map wise, such as, let's say, trying to think of a map, Hackney Yard. You're going to hear train whistles in the background, which are going to distract you, and you're not going to be able to hear footsteps. Personally, when I play, I run a headset so I can hear footsteps, or if I don't have my headset, I just have the volume up loud enough to where I can personally hear footsteps. One thing I would love COD to add to game is where we can take out teammates' footsteps, so we can hear enemy footsteps a little easier, but I can still hear them good anyways. Sometimes I'm pre-firing a little too hard, but still hitting the shots I need to. Next, personally for me, I have hit marker effects to a color where I can see it easier, because on certain maps it's going to be, if you're, let's say, in a bright environment, or in a map that's hard to see really, if it's got dark colors or something, the light color of blue and stuff is going to show up easier. So yep. Me personally, for when getting hit, red for me is a bit distracting, so I use a blue indicator. Recommend not using the explosion shake, because it will mess with your HUD significantly. Mainly because your screen will be constantly vibrating, kind of like when your console controllers vibrating when you're shooting a gun, let's say in COD console and stuff. So yeah, hold on a second. Next, making sure you change your sensitivities, because there is a default sensitivity and all for your HUD and all. So highly recommend changing it if you want to, or if not, okay. Hang on a sec. Alright, next BR settings, yep. Okay, so one of the settings I highly recommend is ME Tactical Scope Flash. That's for sniper wise. I have to double check if that counts for tactical scope. If people throw tactical scopes on guns like the PDW, stuff like that. Yes, I have run into some players who do that, so I'd have to double check that. Next, the sync ADS FOV to scope zoom. Me personally, I use that so I can have a better field view when taking gunfights, so I know if I have to snap on someone or if I need to get out of the way or if I need to start rotating or something, or can give call out to one of my teammates. Network instability is another one I highly recommend. It will tell you what ping you're going to be searching for queues on, and it actually prevents you from taking damage, especially if you start lagging hard. Next, teammates markers. Highly recommend that. Mainly because you can see which way your teammates are going, and it'll give you a number above them saying, okay, this one's 4, so you don't have to say, hey, XYZ, their name. You can say, hey, 4, 4, 4. They're going top money, or they're in kitchen. Yes, I'm doing callouts for a raid. So next, I highly recommend running the enable left-handed tactical. That allows you to throw your tactical equipment with your left hand while also still holding your gun, so you can hip fire a gunfight if you have to. I highly recommend this. This is one of the best settings to use, especially in this meta we are in now. So yeah, speaking of meta, we also have the new update for the game, so be on the lookout for that. So yeah, perspective teammates is the other one I'm going to be talking about to you guys, and perspective teammates allows you to have walling of seeing where your teammates are. So if, let's say, you're on, I'm going to say, Crossfire. Okay, let's say you're on Crossfire and you're playing domination, and your team is trying to grab B flag, and 3 of your teammates get immediately ripped off the bomb part B. You know that there's at least 1, maybe 2 people there, so you can say, hey, I've got 2 people by B, I need, and you guys can go deal with them however you want. Yeah. Last couple of things before the end of the video. Camera FOV and FOV, that's going to just give you a wider field view, and for ADSing, personally, I have these at 90 and 90 for camera FOV. I sometimes have it 80 FOV, could be 90. I initially was running 100 FOV, but with the synced ADS, it was extremely hard, but yeah. Last thing is for a minimap. I highly recommend using this so you can see where people are on red dot wise, so you can take on more and more gunfights. And alright guys, that's going to be the end of the video. Sorry for rushing, I just got invited into a match. I'll catch y'all later. Have a good night and see you later. Peace out.